Cheers, ladies. Now that we've reconnected with our inner warrior and we are so calm on set, let's tap into what it means to be an Olympian. South Africa's men's water polo team may have bowed out of the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games, but for many of these players, this has been an opportunity of a lifetime. Now, one such athlete who was living the dream in Tokyo is water polo player Lwazi Madi.
So with both teams, South Africa's men's and women's water polo teams making it to the global showpiece, this is an incredible opportunity to grow the sport in the country. And Lwazi, who is still in Japan, joins us via video chat just to chat to us about becoming an Olympian. Lwazi, good morning. For us.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Oh, very good, man. Great to be connecting with you this morning. An incredibly challenging time for you and the team in Tokyo at what has been, I think, an Olympic Games that we've all been looking forward to, savouring, because it just took so much to get there, and especially for your team, it took a huge amount to get there. Now that you are officially an Olympian, how does it feel? What has your experience of the Games been like?
It still feels surreal to me. Sorry, my voice is actually a little bit gone, shouting at all my teammates. But yeah, it's actually like, it is surreal. We actually can't believe that we're here. I think yesterday was quite an emotional day for us as, say, water polo, because, you know, we struggled throughout the tournaments, and then yesterday I felt like we had our best game of the tournament in terms of our attack. And all the hard work we put in felt like it was showcased in that last game. So I think a lot of emotions are running high, and yeah, like the team is really happy and we're on a good vibe right now.
You know, when I looked at the game, you're right. I mean, it was the type of game that actually built up to that best performance of yours. I saw that there was a lot more physicality, especially dominating the whole two. I mean, you guys were pretty phenomenal with regard to the way you portrayed, you know, the South African water polo spirit. But you faced Japan. Yes, you may have lost that particular fixture, but I mean, take us through the game just from your analysis. I mean, you have the best view of the pool from your side. So what do you think panned out for you guys, and why was it your best performance?
I think a lot of the guys were hungry for this game. We, in the beginning, we targeted this game to be our best game because technically from the perspective that we had, we saw that Japan is actually one of the games where, you know, we could actually play our style of water polo, and we knew that we had an advantage against them in terms of the physicality. And I think, yeah, just the guys are really hungry and they wanted to make sure that we go out of our first Olympics with a big bang. So, yeah, a lot of guys, I think, was motivation was a big thing for us.
Yeah, this is the first step towards hopefully many more, but it has highlighted the massive disparity between the resources and possibly those structures building up to a national team, and how that compares to what we've got with regards to the rest of the world. We've still got a long way to go, but a massive achievement to have both the men's and the women's water polo teams from South Africa at the Olympic Games. For those that haven't been close to the narrative, just how much of a big step forward was this for you guys to actually make it to the Olympics?
Yeah, it was honestly a massive step because, you know, when we found out that we were going, we wanted to make sure that we inspire future generations to pursue water polo, because I think there's a fairly big dropouts after high school of water polo players, and there's quite a few good players to the system. So showing people that there is life after water polo in South Africa, and that, you know, there's people who are passionate and want to excel and want to progress. That just shows a lot, especially from these games, and a lot of people will definitely hopefully see what we've done and feel inspired, and yeah, just want to carry on with the sport, and that's what we were hoping for. I think in terms of the disparity that you were mentioning, I think it is tough because obviously this is our first game since, I think it was 1960, was the last time South Africa was in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And we honestly, like, you know, we knew we weren't gonna like come here and like, you know, look to win games, but we knew that we wanted to try be competitive and to literally, like I said earlier, just show the country that there is life after water polo and that we can go to these big events and we can hopefully try to compete.
You know, you guys participated, and I think that's a powerful thing for the structures in the country. A quick one from your side, Lwazi. If you were to look forward into the water polo future, what type of things would you like to see change in our systems to make sure that we put out a squad for the next games and beyond that would be a squad that is just kind of ready to go and ready to rumble? What type of things would you say? I mean, if you had a platform now, I'm sure the structures are listening to you now. How would you change the game to make sure that we are ready for the next games?
I think having a squad, kind of set ours before obviously quite a while before the game starts, will be quite a big benefit for us. I think if we have a lot of players who kind of know and understand the game and like our structure of play before we get to the actual games, is a big help. Because we're currently obviously still learning how to play with each other, and a lot of these people who have so much experience have played with the same people for years and years and years. So for us, I think like if we had a big squad of players who potentially could make it and we could train more regularly and meet up more regularly, would be already a massive difference because our cohesion will just improve considerably if we had more time together. So I think that was our biggest problem, was we tried to have a national training camp just before we left, but then things in Joburg got quite intense with the coronavirus, and they obviously locked down that part of the province. So then we unfortunately had to cancel that because we were more worried about getting ourselves to Tokyo rather than risking it with the coronavirus.
So many challenges that might have seemed insurmountable, but you guys did it. You got there. You were competitive, and you have certainly had the nation enthralled with that fighting spirit. So we've got to say thank you so much. You've done water polo a massive, massive service through this process, and we really appreciate you taking the time. Now, hopefully you can just sit back and enjoy the magic of being in the Olympic Village. Lwazi, it's been so cool connecting with you, my friend.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity to chat with you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for the interview.